Goodness to you, it's Sporty King. And you know I always say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Welcome to your it's the MMM, the Monday Midday Moment, to give you a boost during the day and keep you moving on your path to excellence. And we all know that excellence is a wonderful goal. It's attainable, it's repeatable, and it's a great moment. Today, I'll continue sharing thoughts from my personal experience and belief. I call it Speaking with Charisma. And for the next few weeks, I've switched my subtitle to The 7 C's of Control. You see, that's actually the title for the first seminar I gave back in the 90s when I started my speaking business. And I'm not only proud, yet excited to see that I've sewn them into my Speaking with Charisma DNA. You see, our appeal to and our impact on our audience is directly related to the physical and verbal mechanics that we use. And specific mechanics empower you to speak with more confidence and skill. I believe in uncovering those subliminal techniques and the conscious need to be what I call in control of your audience and of yourself. So my next C, last week we talked about connect, but my next C is actually create. And it's one of my favorite tools. That is to use visual handouts. Here's my flyer for the seminar when I first started. Well, I've updated it since from when I first did it, but here's the flyer that I use now for it if someone uses me to give this seminar. And its memorable title is The 7 C's is actually connected to an old idiom that doesn't actually refer to a specific number of separate bodies of water. We've all heard the term sail the 7 seas, right? Well, actually, there are only 5 oceans in the earth, not 7. It's the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and the Southern Ocean. But that's the 7 seas. So I kept this here a little longer so that you can see that there's an ocean underneath the word. See, so the 7 C's. See, create a title that connects to what you're talking about, but it gives people a visual to make it easy to remember, because that's what people remember. Oh yeah, the 7 C's, okay? Meanwhile, I also think it's important to recognize that images and colors speak louder than words. Images and colors speak louder than words. So as you're creating your presentation and your slides, make sure you get as many images and colors as possible in your slides, as well as on your handouts. And then I also use what I call the rule of 6. And that is 6 lines of copy with 6 words per line. In terms of how I'm reading my notes, but also, not so much on my notes, but on your slides. 6, so here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 because you got of, and you got the 2 numbers, okay? And meanwhile, I got the asterisk because some people use what they call the rule of 4. But I definitely use even numbers. Try not to let any more than 8 words be on your line. See, what happens is the larger you can make your typeface, the better. So if you've got too many lines, too many words, too many lines on each word, people can't read your screen, and then you lose them. Because what some people end up doing is reading the screen, the slide, and you lose people. Or if they decide I'm not going to read the slides, well, people can't synopsize it because there's too many words. So 6 lines of copy, 6 words per line is my preference, the rule of 6. A lot of use the rule of 4, but definitely don't go above 8 is my suggestion. And lastly, paint your words and take your audience on a trip. You notice that I use a lot of alliteration when I speak. You know how you see, even it's the 7 C's, and they don't have to be in the order they're in, by the way. I'm saying that's why I connect. Yeah, well, guess what? Creativity is a connection as well. So connect didn't have to be my first one, even though, well, look at it this way. In Connect, we talk about how your introduction will connect you with people, tell people why you're here to speak, but how you creatively put that introduction together could be what's the difference maker. So everything is you're picking up people as you go. So even as you use my 7 C's, if you collect them, don't worry about them necessarily having to go in the exact same order. You'll use them to benefit one another. So always remember, when you speak with charisma, believe that you make a difference most when you control your audience with the right use of creativity. I'm Sporty King, and this has been the MMM, the Monday Midday Moment, to give you a boost during the day and keep you moving on your path to excellence. And knowing that especially as you create with charisma and you use your 7 C's, create with the 7 C's. Have a wonderful week. Ciao.